Hello guys, my name is Oscar. This is episode 2 of my professional jet guide. I'm an Immortal 3 jet main, been around the 300-400 range for quite some time now, hitting Immortal 3 every single act. In this video, we will be talking about how to position as a jet player to get the most amount of value and to get into the most amount of engagements. If you're a new player or if you're an advanced player, I promise you will learn something in this video and hopefully you will enjoy as well. Okay, so let's start on the defense side. At the macro level, if you don't know what macro means, it basically means at just the big picture. What's the general idea behind what you do, where you position yourself, what you think, and so on and so on. On the agent jet, generally on defense side wants to be everywhere. Make the enemy guess where you are all the time. That way they can't read you. You want the enemies to keep guessing where you are because that forces them to use their utility to clear out spaces. For example, on the A main, if we never fought for A main, then the enemies would just think, oh, well, they never fight for A main. Let's not use our util for A main. We just walk up contact, and then when we get close to the choke point, we just execute the site with all our utility, and we fuck them up. And if you're a good player like me, you would never let the enemies do this, and you would fight for the space, making them second guess and forcing them to use their utility to safely get the A main area. Why is this especially important for Jet and other duelists? Well, it's because Jet has such a strong kit for fighting. Jet and Raze and Reyna in particular are good for taking fights and getting out, which means they can be very aggressive around the map, which means it's especially dangerous for the attackers when they are confronting a duelist. For example, if I'm fighting A main right here, I can position myself in a very aggressive angle, get a kill, and dash out, while other agents can't. So, as a general idea, you want to position yourself different places around the map, keep the enemies guessing where you are. One round you might position yourself short, one round you might fight mid, one round you might want to op top mid, one round you might want to take the B main, one round you might want to play defensive. You just want the enemies to keep guessing where you are. So, how do we maximize the potential value that we have with our positioning? Because positioning you can 100% control at the start of every single round. Well, I will argue in ranked that positioning yourself around mid is more valuable than positioning yourself at the extremities. This is because when you position yourself at the middle of the map, you can faster rotate to both A and B, while if I position myself on the A site, I cannot run to B instantly. But if I position myself on bottom mid, for example, or over here, if I hear people B, if I hear some calls for B, I can rotate B and help them instantly. If I hear people A, I can go to heaven and help them instantly or short instantly. Positioning yourself around the mid area will help you rotate faster. However, if you are reading the enemy, you see that they don't go mid a lot, they go extremities a lot, I would highly recommend to fight for extremities. Obviously, this is situational, but this is the general idea. Position yourself in positions where you think you can get the most value. Now, we've gone over how to position yourself on defense and what's the general idea on the defense side. But what happens when you switch to attacker side? Well, on the attacker side, the general idea is the exact same. You want to maximize your potential, maximize the amount of fights in the round. You, yourself as a player, are the only thing you can control in a ranked game. So what you want to do is have the most amount of engagements. And how do we do this? Well, a lot of pistol rounds, your team asks you to rush a site, right? You rush a site, you do the simple A execute. I went through this on my last guide, on the easy guide, on the beginner guide. This is a very easy way to take space, but there are a lot different ways to get engagements on Jet. You don't have to rush always to get the most engagements. A lot of the time in ranked, your teammates are brain dead, okay? They will bait you, they won't trade you, they will just sit around and look, oh, let's rush A. You ask for a flash, but they just sit here and look at the sky, right? That's the average ranked player in every single rank, in my opinion. So what you want to do is you want to bait them. You basically, in ranked, want to bait your teammate, use your teammates as good as possible to maximize your own potential. Obviously, you have to fight them, you can't be scared, but using your teammates will help you dramatically. Now, what does this look like in ranked? Let's say we're pushing A, right? Maybe I have a Reyna on my team. Usually, you see Jet pushing before Reyna, right? But in a ranked game, wait for Reyna. Let Reyna go first. Reyna peeks alone without a flash because he's brain dead. Well, then you just trade them. There you go. You just use your team to get the A main. If you don't have a Reyna, you have a team, specifically ask for agent utility, okay? You should have teammates on your team with utility that will help you get to sites. And when you push, for example, A main, you can ask for paranoia. This fight is completely free. You'll never die here if you have a paranoia. When you push it to site, dash into your smoke, and you'll be completely safe. Now, you might think, oh, you're first. You will probably die first. That's not true. If you do this correctly, you'll be in your smoke, and you can just sit into the smokes, maybe smoke again, wait until your teammates die, wait for the sound, listen to the sound around you. Where are they? Who is shooting? Where's the dart coming from? where's the flash is coming from, and then you swing off of that information. So let's summarize this real quick. Omen, flash main, flash main. You run up, you have the flash, you get a main for free. You jiggle this to be safe. If there's a guy there, you wait for your teammate to swing and die. You trade them. If there's no one here, you simply dash into your smoke. Wait in the smoke, listen for sound, smoke again, wait in the smoke, listen for sound. Oh, there's a guy close left, my teammate died. Boom, you kill him. In a situation like this, it's almost impossible to die, okay? And if you die, it's not really your fault, it's just unlucky. The whole point here is that you try to value your own life higher than any of your teammates. Now, if you're in a scenario where you've tried rushing, it doesn't work, you've tried asking for your teammates, they don't do what you say, you are not able to capitalize on their mistakes, then I highly suggest just doing a default. Defaulting is very safe a lot of the time, especially in the low ranks. As soon as your teammates make sound on one side of the map, you can use that timing to get enemy rotations. Let's say you got 4 players or 3 players a lobby, your teammates had brain dead, you know they will just run in, right? You wait here in tiles, they make sound, you know at that point that the enemy will start rotating because the people at A main say, yo, step say, step say, step say, right? So, especially in low ranks, you can get these timings to run here. This short guy will probably run over to the A main choke. This guy will probably run over. And then this guy in market or this guy in B main will run to CT to take the angles. And you use this timing to move up and take the space and hopefully get a kill. Now, hopefully that will give you an idea of how to use your teammates as bait and to play around them to get the most amount of value possible. And hopefully it gave you a picture of kind of like the macro aspect of the game, general idea of how you play the character in Jett. Now we will go over some micros that can help you make plays consistently, what to not do, what to do, etc, etc. Now, for the micro plays, this is very situational. There's a lot of different fights you do every single game, and there are always going to be different outcomes in different situations, just like on a chessboard. So it's not really possible for me to go over every single mistake you can do and every single thing that you should do. What I can tell you though is a formula that will help you get better and grow as a player that you can use all the way from now and until you're a professional player or at the level you desire to be. So what is this formula? What I want you to do in every single game of rank that you play is explore and push the boundaries of the character that you are currently playing. Since this video was about Jett, this means that you push the character Jett to the boundaries, see what works, see what doesn't, fight everywhere. If the fight doesn't work, you will learn from the experience. If you do this, you will, after a long period of time, after doing a play many times, understand just unconsciously if the play will work or not. You will develop an instinct, as we call it. This instinct is very important for a duelist player, and it's what separates the best players to the average Radiant. This instinct is what makes the best players, the best Jett players in the world stand out. And so it's really important to push the boundaries, to see what works, what doesn't, and to never be scared. Now, I think that will be about it for this video, guys. I can go a lot more in depth on a lot of topics, but this is gonna be the intermediate kind of episode, and I don't want to have the video being too long, and I don't want the video to be too advanced. If you want even more advanced stuff, I will be uploading a more advanced guide in the future. It's probably gonna be in this week, so stay tuned.